Leg out, left leg out.
See what you did.
That's good.
Yeah. Naomi Campbell, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Carlos.
You got into modeling at 15, is that right?
I was discovered at 14, did my first job at 15 and a half.
Did you know you were going to be a hit? You were going to have all the success that you've had?
No.
Naomi credits Christy Turlington with helping her achieve supermodel status. But though she's often grouped with Revlon girl Cindy Crawford, guest spokesmodel Claudia Schiffer, and Calvin Klein icon Kate Moss, the same high-paying contracts had never gone to Naomi. Did you ever look out at some of the opportunities they were having and say, I should be having that too?
Many times, but my mother had always told me not to compare because that I would have to work 150 times harder than a Caucasian person, so I've always been aware of that.
Beth Ann Hardison became one of the first black supermodels in the 1960s. Now one of the biggest managers in the business, Hardison launched the careers of models like Calvin Klein's Tyson Beckford and most notably, Naomi Campbell.
When she had a problem with her agency, she would go up against the agency, she'd go up against the client. She fought for herself. If she found out her counterpart model, another model, was getting a different salary than her, she went up against them. A lot of models wouldn't do that.
I didn't become one of the Revlon girls because I wouldn't accept a low fee.
They offered it to you.
And I said no.
Any regrets?
No.
What are you fearful of? Go ahead.
Well, I think I'm fearful of addiction always.
You said you didn't begin heavily using drugs until you were in your mid-20s.
Yeah.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. So all those years in your teens when you're traveling around the world, a young jet setter, not at all or just not regularly?
No, not at all.
So why go 8, 9, 10 years then all of a sudden start using?
I don't know. I can't answer that question. Why use it all? You know, I definitely had a lot of things that I didn't want to face. I definitely had a lot of things I wanted to cover. And, and...
Love, relationships?
More grief, people that I loved who died, and you never start out doing drugs, I think, to cover. You start out as recreational, for fun, and then but it does, I can assure you, take over. Alcohol too, it does take over.
So what finally made you ready to admit it?
I just was spiritually broken, and I was on a job that was for my perfume, and I was just a bag of bones and no good. And I was just in a really bad place.
As if battling addiction wasn't enough, journalist Piers Morgan took it upon himself to splash Naomi's struggle with drugs all over the pages of London's Daily Mirror. You were coming out of a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, and he put that in the newspaper.
As something I should be ashamed of, and I'm not ashamed of it. I think recovery is the healthiest form to be in.
Are you fully in recovery now?
I'm fully in recovery.
First time we've ever met, and I meet you, and as nice as the day is long, and I see the big heart, and I hear it, and I read about it, and obviously I've also read about some of the things that have happened in terms of violence and anger. How do those go together, the generous spirit and...
I'm human. As I said, I make mistakes. I admit them. And I try to learn from them. I'm always remorseful for whatever wrong I've done. But lack of sleep, lack of eating right, all these things do make up a person and how they come across in their mood, and I've had to look at all of those things, and it's simple things.
Throwing the phones, the scratching, all of that you think of as, at least in part, tied to basic human issues, being tired, being hungry.
Well, because I've never ever spoken ever my side and why, and I never will. I'm wrong because I'm the bigger person. I shouldn't do that, and I accept that.
What do you mean when you say that?
Because I'm the person that's known, so I shouldn't do that. Because no matter what, being in the public eye, you're wrong.
In a very real kind of human way, What has happened? What is behind
When
it?
people like steal or take things from you or do things to hurt you, you know, it's very hard because people say, oh, but why would you care? You got so much. But that's not the point. It's the principle.
You've literally caught people red-handed stealing from you.
I'm not going to answer that.
When you look at the modeling industry today, and obviously you hear a lot of criticism about girls taking things and trying to remain thin, do you think there's going to be any real change in that, or do you think it's always been that way and it's always going to be that way?
I mean, it's a different generation of girls. I really don't know.
Interesting.
But I don't like skinny women. I don't.
Why? You're a skinny woman.
I'm not skinny.
No?
I don't think I wouldn't call myself skinny.
What would you call yourself?
I'm just a regular size.
There's a rumor that you've got a very special walk that you might be willing to teach me.
You have to start, like when you come on from here, you have
Right.
to walk on very strong.
Okay.
Then walk.
Okay.
But when you get there, you're strong and confident.
Okay.
Oh, you're confident. No way.
No?
Go back.
Oh, okay. I'm not
Do it
following.
again.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna get you
Shoulders
excited.
back.
Okay. What you're saying, have the shoulders back or not?
Shoulders a little back. Just like that. I have a jacket for 10.
People have all these preconceptions about you or about anyone in the public eye. If you could say one thing that you haven't said to kind of set the record straight, what would you say?
You can't judge a book by its cover. And I think you have to open the book and look inside.